all glued together, see? All the way around. Now, we have to have a mouth. So, with the mouth pattern, and I've got the mouth pattern that I will include, but you need to know what to do. Like I said, they're just a pattern and not directions. The first thing you're going to need is a piece of cardboard. And so, here's where we use, I've already cut from the pattern, I cut a piece of brown cardboard that's going to fit in the mouth, and we need to score. That's what we needed the ruler for. Score means it's marked on the pattern where to do it, and you run a pen back and forth and back and forth and back and forth in two spots. It shows you where, so that it will bend with a little crease in the back. Now I've already, again, I line things so that it'll last a lot longer. I've already covered that with some material. This is felt, but you could use a lot of different things. Now, what we're going to do next is put the top of the foam puppet in place. Now you can line this too if you want to, on the top of the mouth. Now I take some tacky glue and put it around the edge, some sticky adhesive glue, and then, but only around the edge, because we're going to make a little top pocket. Remember that this part is the upper part of the mouth, and you want to leave a little pocket underneath so your hand can go inside. And the same thing with the bottom. If you want to line it, fine. Again, with another piece of cloth, and then glue around the outside so we have a pocket again. Like that. Now, this one has already got the red mouth on it. Usually you don't put the red mouth on until later, because we'll show you how that goes together. Now this is the basis for all of the animal patterns, the mouth patterns, because as I've said with stuffed toy puppets and a different program, that we measure them and cut this type of a mouth pattern with each individual puppet, the way it fits. Okay, now we have to put the mouth, you can use half-inch foam or inch foam in the mouth. We have to put that, remember that part that sticks out is the top, with a little pocket inside and the cloth, and remember this is the back part of the puppet that makes it go, allows the mouth to open. With the top, we're going to put it in like a little sandwich inside of the mouth. See? And we hot glue gun again. Hot glue gun and foam go together all the way around that mouth until it looks like this one. Although that one had the red on it, this one doesn't have the red on it yet. See? Mouth is all hot glue gun. I think I used contact cement on that originally. Well then, the next step is to make the cloth covering. And what you want to do is take that same pattern that I sent to you, or will send to you, and pin it on the piece of cloth. The velour side inside, the double piece, fold it over, and pinned to the outside. You're going to sew 1/4 of an inch around the edge of the pattern, because that's how much allowance it's going to take to make like a little sock to put over. When you start out, you can back it up a little bit so that you secure the stitching. Right, all the way around, we're going to sew 1/4 of an inch around the pattern. I'm going around the chin. Now, when I get to the mouth, we're going to have to cut there in a little bit. So about halfway up in the mouth part, I stop and I put the reverse on to stitch backwards so that we secure that, so that when we go to trim the mouth, that it's not going to come out. Alright? And then continue around. The same thing we're going to do when we get up around the chin again, is do some back stitching so we don't lose our stitching. And then around again. That just kind kind of secures it so it doesn't rip out in the mouth. Okay? This could be traced first, but I've done so many that I found that it's a lot easier just to follow the pattern. Move it a little bit here. Going around the back part now where the back opening is. Now as soon as I get done with this, again at the bottom I'm going to back stitch a little bit so as to secure the stitching. As soon as I get done with this, I'm going to cut around the edges again another quarter of an inch around. Okay? Now let's go back to the next stage. I cut it out, reversed it, and now I'm putting it on the puppet that we were just making, kind of like a sock. You kind of gather it up and make it like a sock to put over top. Now, where the mouth opening was, remember where we back stitched, made a little slice right down the middle just before I did this when I was cutting it out. Now when the cloth goes over the head, you want to line up the stitching along. It's right down like a glove. See, a cloth-covered foam puppet is what it is. You want to line it all up at the chin. And this takes a little bit of doing. You might want to sit and watch television or do something else while you're doing this because this is a little bit tedious here. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do and not do it all because we'll be here all day if I do. But this comes down. Sometimes you have to trim a little bit off right here. Remember where we back stitched a little while ago? That was so that we wouldn't lose this part, that it wouldn't come unstitched. So you take your scissors and just do a little trimming right on the upper part of the lip, and we back stitch there so we won't lose the stitching. Now, like I said, the tedious part is we're going to have to glue this part of the cloth to the mouth on top and bottom. And it's very, very important that the mouth is put in right, because if it's not, people focus on the mouth of the puppet or the ventriloquist figure. That's the first thing they see. And if a mouth is wrong, I had a friend that would made puppets with me at one time. You do a little trimming on this little notch here, so it's not so bulky. My friend made puppets very quickly, very, very quickly, and I'd say, well, there'd be a big bunch down here at the end. And I'd say, well, that big bunch at the end, what are you going to do about that? Oh, I'll just say that's a cold sore. You know, but I believe in professionalism and not having cold sores on puppets. So take it easy, especially on this mouth area. It may take you one or two. I'll show you my first attempt, which I made about 15 years ago. I've got it here. I'm going to show it to you. After a while, well, what you do is you take all that cloth. I'm not going to do it today, but you take all this cloth and you take a straight pin. I'll just start you out. See, all the way around the edge